C'est bon. Oh.
Well, good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here at this special dialogue. It is my pleasure to introduce to you our very distinguished guest, Mr. Sabri Boukadoum, who's the Foreign Affairs Minister of Algeria. We are very pleased to have him here. I think it's going to be a very interesting session. Mr. Boukadoum assumed the office of Foreign Ministry earlier this year in April, in quite challenging times for his country. Just a few weeks after street manifestation took place in his country. Before being Foreign Minister, he has been permanent representative of his country at the UN from 2013 up to 2019. Interesting time for his country and the region of the Mediterranean, with the Arab Springs and then conflicts in the area. And before that, he was Director General at his Ministry for the Americas, and he has also been before Ambassador to Portugal. So he has very wide experience. We are very pleased and excited to have him here, since the times are very interesting. And also, I would like to introduce my colleague Luca Salerno, who's going to run with me this session, and we try to make it lively and interesting for everybody. Luca works for TG2 at RAI. So, Mr. Boukadoum, please. First of all, I would like to give you the floor to have a general outlook from you about these symptoms that are evident in your country, but also in other countries in the region, about citizen insatisfaction about the status quo. There are protests. There have been protests in your country. There are also in Lebanon. It is a pattern that require a deep thought and new solution, probably. So what is your outlook about this situation in your country and more generally in the southeastern shore of the Mediterranean?
Well, thank you very much. Thank you, first of all, for inviting me to this session. I'm very pleased to be with you here and to listen to whatever inquiry you want to, any clarification you want to have. I will share it with you with, I hope, sincerity. This is what I'll try to do. But let me, before understanding Algeria, you have maybe some basic facts. Sometimes we go to big theories, and which is good. But anyway, there are some simple facts that we have to understand, maybe for the future, for any situation. First, where is Algeria? And I'm happy to be here for the Mediterranean dialogues. Should not forget that Algeria, first of all, is a Mediterranean country. It is the largest country in the Mediterranean, the largest country in Africa, and the largest country in the Arab world. So, which are all part of us, part of our genes, of our thinking, of the way we see things. You should never forget that. There is no difference between what you think. You said the northern rim and the southern rim of the Mediterranean. We are part of the Mediterranean. We do not think differently than what you think. This is the same being, the same calls, the same requests from the population. What you mentioned about, you said the protest. Yes, there are demonstrations now for 8 months, every Friday, in Algeria. First of all, the main characteristic of these demonstrations, they are peaceful. They are peaceful. I'm sure you know all what happened before the resignation of the former president, and we had after demonstration, there's a huge call, a demand, I would say, from the population, from everyone. We don't have to go back to this history, but anyway, there is this strong request, and the former president has resigned from his post. Then we had this situation where constitutional new situation, and the decision was taken to stick to the constitution. Whatever did happen was always in direct conformity with the constitution, which is very important, because if you mention other situations in the Mediterranean beyond that, in this generally, when people demonstrate, they want to say, please respect the constitution. Do not do unconstitutional changes. But in our case, in Algeria, this is exactly what happened. These are constitutional changes. What happened? All the decisions. And now we are just about to start the presidential elections. So it was always with the beacon of the constitution. Always. So to give the more the legitimacy to any power that will emerge, any man, there's no women for the candidatures this time, anyone to emerge with the whole legitimacy. How to make it accepted by the population, we'll see. It is accepted, we'll see. So the election, by the way, has just started today in abroad, Algeria, because our community and outside of Algeria has started to voting this morning, including here in Italy. And the general election in the country will be on next Thursday. So we want to be part, we want to be accepted, we want to be to give the biggest legitimacy possible to anyone who will emerge. We'll have a new president. I should say that to make sure that we tried, that as part of the government, we tried everything for dialogue during the last summer with the civil society, with all political parties. And this is the result. Maybe not 100% accepted by everyone, but this is, I still think personally, that is the best way out for moving over of the constitutional situation that we are facing, that we have faced now. So you will have a new president, hopefully, next week, or if second round, it will be in early January. And whatever happens in Algeria, we want Algeria will continue to be as it is. I think positively working for peace, dialogue. I love this Mediterranean dialogue. We don't think that we should go to confrontation with anyone in the world. So all the issues that we have in the Mediterranean and beyond should be resolved through dialogue, and no use of force, no confrontation, no the logic of superiority that has to change. And thank God we have this kind of meetings that are in parallel with the official diplomacy that are very useful, very important, and we have to continue because this is open to I think the civil society, think tanks, universities. It is very important. This is the real civil society. This is not the people who are just screaming outside, but thinking, exchanging. If there is a thing, I come with sincerity, or me or somebody else coming with sincerity, and we discuss all the issues, including the ones that you have mentioned. So I don't have, when I said Algeria is, you have to look at geography, very simple facts, that it's 7,000 kilometer borders. It's not easy. 1,700 kilometers of the coastal line, shores. Many challenges around us. Now, everyone here, I'm sure in Italy, Libya, it's, I used to say this is a man-made conflict. This is not because of poverty, this is man-made. This is man-provoked conflict that we are suffering because we are there. We are there, when people coming from outside and lecturing us or giving us some indication. No, we are there. We suffer from Libya. We suffer from the Sahel, what is happening in the whole, we are Sahelian also, Algeria. We are suffering from this situation. We need to solve all these issues with the terrorism, human being traffics, all the traffics that even cigarettes, even drugs, so name it. You have everything there. These are the challenges that we are facing. So if you add the internal challenges, so this is a situation where we have to face it with sincerity, with transparency, with openness. Nothing that is being done is done in the hidden. We are not hiding anything. So when we say we are going to do such thing, we are going to do it. We don't have any hidden agenda or something like that. So we need cooperation, we need discussions, we need dialogue with everyone. So this is where we stand. So not mentioned, but I will listen if you want to other questions if you want.
Well, thank you very much. Now we move on to a the following part of our discussion. It's going to be Luca and I making questions.
Mr. Minister, as you mentioned before, next Thursday is general election in Algeria. Have you any provisions about the result? How the result of these general elections can influence the international relationships of Algeria?
I have absolutely no hints about who will emerge, definitely. So let me just one point, one clarification, because some questions sometimes we hear and we see some people questioning the procedure. This is the first time for the elections in Algeria where you have an independent authority that will control, monitor, and organize, by the way, the elections. Not anymore, neither the Ministry of Interior nor the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. We had this prerogative. We still have this prerogative of organizing elections outside the country. So this is why I'm here, can be here, because I have nothing to do with that. So this is an independent authority composed of judges, civil society. They already started, of course, from the beginning, from the preparation to the conclusion. I mean, we have nothing to do. I mean, just to give the best conditions, the best guarantees for the population, for the Algerians, that this is transparent, this is fair. And whether you accept it or you don't accept it, the process is absolutely fair, transparent. We would have never engaged ourselves in a situation where there are doubts. So it's a matter of credibility. And what else? I mean, the citizens can check by themselves from from the beginning to the end, especially when the ballots will be, when will have the results. They will control the result. They will transmit the results. Everything will be under the control of the citizens. So, I mean, for the procedure, no one can discuss that. Maybe we heard that people now are saying that this is not the right time to have elections, but as the procedure, the process is absolutely transparent and open, and anyone could go, I mean, the citizens, Algerian citizens, to control it. This is for election. Now, what will be the effect? I told you at the beginning that there are some basic facts that you have to... Algeria will not change. No, our neighborhoods are not going to change, and we're not going to change positions. Otherwise, I would have gone to maybe to Sicily to stay there. But it's... The challenges will be the same whether A or B will be elected. No changes. So Libya will remain Libya, and I hope we'll try to start having some positive hints in the future. Sahel, Northern Mali, Western Sahara, the Mediterranean, migrations, trafficking, and discussions with our neighbors. We are neighbors with Europe. Never forget that. There is no, because you mentioned in the beginning that northern rim and southern rim of the Mediterranean. There is one Mediterranean. That was always the case. That was the case. You mentioned where am I from? Told me what city. My hometown is called Constantine. It's from Constantine the Great, which is Roman. So this is. Let me also add something. You know, everyone is concerned, rightfully. But the Mediterranean was always, we always had in history these kind of problems, fights, these exchanges and fights, and it's not new in history. Maybe if you look at it today, yes, we have problems, migration. Always migrations, also fights and struggles, civilizations, fighting each other, religions. And so the most important is how can we move on with through dialogue, which is the best word, I think, here.
Thank you very much.
If you just say, move on. So I would like to ask you, how do you move on the day after the election when you've got a big chunk of the population of Algeria who really doesn't believe in this process, calling for a boycott, probably keep on protesting. So how do you envisage this? What should be done to heal this wound that has been opened in this last 8 months in Algeria? What should be the steps to recover a sense of unity and to reconquer this population who clearly is not believing in this process?
I don't know if they're not believing. I really don't know. It's kind of a judgment, what you said, they don't believe. I don't know. I really don't know. I think having problems and recognizing that you have problems is one thing, but it's not the end of the world. The most is how to create this confidence between everyone, between I think, sincerely, I'm not a politician. I don't have any political party. So what I say, I have nothing to win. No, I'm not gaining and I'm not looking for any post or anything. So, but what I'm saying is that we tried, we did our best to give to the citizens the right to choose what they want, to finish this relationship between the governing and the governees, if I can say, or those, or maybe I should not in English, those who have the power and those who participate to the power. The instruments are here. Now, creating a confidence, yes, it is up to the next president. And I think also there will be, there will be also general elections. So the next third is just presidential elections. And definitely maybe in the spring there will be general elections, for legislative body. How to create this confidence, it is a job for everyone, not only specifically to Algeria. Not specifically to Algeria, it's the whole world. If you go, including maybe the United States, there is a mistrust between the authorities and the general citizenship. So we do our best. It's frank, it's transparent, it's fair, I think. There's general discussion with with everyone, all political parties. The only one who were excluded from discussions are those who prone violence. Only that. Everyone who has an opinion was free to come and say, this is the way I see how Algeria takes out of the problem that we have faced. We did the best thing, I think, we did the best thing that is possible for citizens. Whether they agree, to my knowledge, there is, of course, there is still some, not everyone is content. There is no country, I dare, give me one country where you have 100%, unless it is a total dictatorship. There is no 100% satisfaction with anyone. Whether you go, even if we have to go to, if we find population on Mars, they will not be happy with we have to accept it, but the only thing we have to accept the rules of democracy. This is the end of at the end of the day, when you finish this, you say, by the way, we did it, and democracy. So I'm telling you, we're not sticking to power. I'll be very happy next week if there's no enough government, it's okay. So that's life, and life will continue. But how can we, you're right, we have to build this confidence. It's still to be done. I think someone who will emerge from these elections, it will be his job. He will have the legitimacy anyway. Maybe not 100% satisfaction, but he will have the legitimacy. No one will contest that. You cannot do that because you were invited. You had the chance to choose and you didn't. If someone, there's, you said, boycott, well, I am not sure that the whole population, generally speaking, it's not scientific, but we know that some the big cities, or Algiers, maybe in two others, there is this, traditionally they do not vote. Traditionally they do not vote, so you have to know that. So it's around 15 to 20% participation in all last pollings, all of that. So, but in the interland, in the campaign, in the inland, people generally, this is a challenge. But those four are in competition, not for us. So, yes.
I would like to ask you something about the economic situation of Algeria, because in the last months there were many protests based on the situation, the worst situation, the bad situation of economics in Algeria. The economy of Algeria is very based on oil and gas production.
The situation is not bad. The situation is not that bad as people are saying. No, absolutely not. I'm still a member of the government. I can tell you this is not true. The fact is there are some tendencies that has to be corrected, definitely. You're right when you say the economy is oil and gas based, which is something that we have to do of the future governor, the future authorities. They have to do it. They have to fix it. Especially our income, foreign income, comes from 95% from oil and gas, which is dangerous and sustainable in the future, because even the demand in Algeria for gas and oil is growing every year by 10%, which, by the way, means that this is not that bad, because the economy is growing inside. But it's not complete. It's for foreign currency, yes, gas but the GDP, the internal GDP, is 60% from outside the oil and gas sector. So there are hints. I think for the better. There is more openness now for the economy. It's not anymore. For example, there's an openness for the foreign investment right now. A new law was just adopted a few weeks ago. Anyone is welcome to Algeria to invest on all fields, no problem. We still have some bureaucratic problem that we have to fix, definitely. But the most important thing, be it in Algeria or elsewhere, it's not that we have a problem. You have to look into the potential. The potential is enormous. The potential in Algeria is enormous by the width of the country. We don't know what we have in Algeria. For example, there is a law on the mining sector. It is now open. It's 1.5 million square kilometers open to prospection. So the future is here. It's a matter of organization. You should not worry about the economy. You should worry, yes, we have to fix it, and as everyone, there are some indicators. Some are bad, others are not that bad. But definitely the situation is not almost zero debt, external debt, almost. It's huge reserves. Still now, today, I can tell you it's about around $30 billion. So there is no whether we like it, we don't like it. The situation is improving. The Algerians do not pay that much for the food, for the electricity, for gas. This is sustained by the government. It's by the budget. Health is free. Education is free till now. So we should not. There are some things that we should not forget. And when I say education is free, it's 12 million people going to school for free today, from the basic schools, from kindergarten to the university. Whether we like it, whether we can test the quality sometimes in some region, yes. But the fact is that today, any Algerian has a free healthcare, can go to school from kindergarten to the university, and even having scholarships. The authorities have given hundreds of thousands of house units. You don't find it elsewhere. Till now, electricity is almost free. Gas is almost free. I can tell you it's about 20 cents a gallon for gas. Just compare. So it's not good maybe for the economy, but it's the case today.
Thank you. One last question maybe about the relationship between Algeria and the European Union. A few days ago, there was a resolution from the European Parliament who was condemning what they consider unlawful arrests in these last weeks and months. Does this affect the relationship between you and the European institutions, and how do you foresee future development of relationship with the EU?
We disliked, and I'm diplomatic. We disliked this resolution from the Parliament. If you know Algerian history, we agree for dialogue. I agree to speak with you today. We agree to speak with anyone. If you want to have any question, I'm here, or other authorities are here. But please, they should not, be it the European Parliament or anybody else. Absolutely, we don't care. Whoever, the biggest shots, we don't care. Do not enter into our internal affairs, because the European Parliament went too far. I cannot imagine that, the European Parliament, they decided, they voted a resolution calling for specific laws to be changed. These laws were voted in our Parliament. I mean, it's a disregard of a disrespect, a disregard. This is not accepted. And when you mention if you have any specific case of human rights violation, please let me know. Let me know. Anything that happened in Algeria, whether we like it or we dislike it, was under by tribunals, by judges, not administrative decisions. And by the way, some of the individual cases that were mentioned in this resolution, the people who were concerned have said, no, I have nothing to do with that. The European Parliament should not meddle into my own business. I didn't ask for you. It's not us, not the government. So the people who are involved. So please, when you say that there are massive violation, come on, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Is it true? Is it the reality? Is it massive, the violation of human rights? Come on, where? Where? Everything. Yes, when you have demonstrations, and including in Italy or in France or in the United States, if there are rules to be respected, and you don't respect them, then you get arrested. But they are not condemned. Usually, all of them, 99% of the people who are arrested are freed after 4 to 5 hours in the police districts. That's it. That's it. There is no massive violation or torture or whatever they said. When? Please come and show me this and show it to you if you don't believe. Show it to me. Where? Give me the cases. We had 8 months of demonstrations, huge demonstrations, yes, especially in the beginning, 1 cardiac arrest. We are not even sure if it's linked to demonstration or a previous health condition. So when they say, come on, this is insulting. This is insulting. So please do not, I'm asking the European Parliament, do whatever you want. Don't get into our business. Do not lecture me, do not school me, do not tell me what I'm supposed to do, especially in the laws, and saying, and this is absolutely something, at least can say anachronic. The Europeans are supposed to be for elections, democracy. This is the first time I see in European Parliament saying, you should not have elections. Come on. You said this for the whole world. Elections, democracy, transparency. Now they say, no elections, this is not fair. Who are you to say that? Who are you? Who are you? Come talk to me. I can exchange with you. How can you decide that I have to be tall or... It's not your business. Absolutely not. Why you should not mind by other situation in the whole world? I see Ahmed Abul Ghait here. No, nobody's saying a word on Palestine. Nobody said there are some decisions, shocking decisions. Nothing has happened. Come on, just moving over. And now Algeria, nothing, peaceful, going for whether we like it or not. Democratic process? No. Change your laws. This guy was expelled from the radio because he has opinion, and it was a girl by a lady, and she said, herself said, do not get into, this is not your business. This is not the authorities who said that. There's people who are supposed to be defended by the European Parliament. This is not, the opportunity is completely out. This is not fair, and believe me, in Algeria, we accept anything, but we could be poor, we could be undemocratic if you want. Do not get into our business. That's all I say.
Well, thank you very much. I think we ran out of time. Thank you very much for coming here and to be as much open as you did.
Muchísimas gracias.
Thank you very much. Nice to
Muito
meet you.
obrigado.